FASTEN. But if you want to go even further, FASTEN also supports you in performing STP analysis. In order to model some of the outputs of this analysis, you will need to make sure that you first import the language that does that. So we go back to the project and we go to the model properties in the used languages, and now we are looking for a stamp language, and okay, here we have it, we choose it, and now we will be able to create both control structures as it is recommended by STPA, and we are able to model the unsafe control actions. Okay, so first thing first, let's create a new control structure. We right click on our model and we go to the stamp language, where we see that we can create this functional control structure. Okay, and you notice that a diagram opened. Let's first name the model. Good. Now maybe we want to make our diagram bigger. Press on this button. And in order to be able to add elements, we want to open the diagram palette, which you can find on the top right corner here. As you can see in this diagram, you can only create controller elements, as it is suggested also in STPA. Okay, for these controller elements, you can add a name, and I recommend you that you do fill in the name by using the inspector view. This view you can open by going at the bottom right corner here in inspector, and you see that here you can set up a name for your controller. So of course, for the charging cable, we would have a control box. Okay, and this control box needs to receive some feedback from some electrical sensors, which tells us what is the voltage and intensity of the current running through the cable. So let's say electrical sensor. And then also this control box shall send control actions to an actuator, a switch, which would open the circuit in case the intensity or the voltage are outside their bounds. Okay, so now we want to create some relations between these controllers. First, as I told you, our control box would receive some feedback from the electrical sensors. So in order to create a relationship, you press on the box, and here in the bottom right corner you have this button, create connection, and if you hover over it, you will see what kind of connections you can create. In case of the control structure diagram, you can create two types of connections. One is the control actions and one is the feedback action. From the sensor to the control box, we want to create this feedback action, so we press on it and then we go to the element to which we want to have the connection. And here we can say what is the feedback that the sensors send to the control box. In our case, we want to receive the intensity. So we go back here in the inspector and you see the actions that are executed, and one action would be to send the intensity, and another one we want also to receive the voltage from the sensors. Okay. So now we want to give some control action to the switch, right? Press then on the control box, and we go to this create connection button at the bottom right corner of the component, and we want to create a control action here, the switch. Okay, and what do we want to tell the switch? We want to tell it to open or close the circuit. So first action would be open the circuit. And the second action would be close circuit. Okay, perfect. So it looks like we are done with this control structure. Of course, you can make it as complicated as you need for your analysis. And now you would like to define some unsafe control actions, and for that, FASTEN also offers some support. So we go back to our model, we right click on it, and we want to add a new model for unsafe control actions. So we go to the stamp language and select this unsafe control analysis. Of course, as usual, we start by giving it a name. And then each such table for unsafe control actions needs to be in the scope, to have this in scope control structure. For that, we go to the control structure and we press control space at once. And here we can see all the control structures that we defined in the project. I will choose the one that we created right now. And now we can just fill in this table. The table is taken from the STPA handbook. So this is the way they recommend also to specify unsafe control actions. So here in the first column, you see that we need to select the source control. So the source of the unsafe action that we want to define. We can just also again press control space, and we will get all the controllers that are specified in the control structure that we have in scope for this analysis. So let's say that we want to create a new unsafe control actions for the electrical sensors. Let's see what kind of actions do this sensor have. So for that, we also press control space, and we see that from the electrical sensors, there are only two actions that are going, the intensity and the voltage. So let's select the voltage. And here, what can we say? So of course, we can fill in each of these cells, like for this, no providing causes hazard, providing causes hazard, too soon or too late causes a hazard, or if an action is stopped or applied too long. For this example, we are going to fill in an unsafe control action with regards to providing causes hazard. To do that, we go to the cell, we press again control space, we tell it that we want to write the text, and then we just write the text. So electrical sensors provide voltage, yes, so the action outside the expected range while the control box is powered on. And actually this could lead to an electrical hazard, and we can add and trace the hazard by press F and write hazard. And here, if we press Control Space, we are going to see all the hazards that we defined in the current project, and then this hazard, this particular unsafe control action relates more to this explosion of the car. Okay, in case you do not have unsafe control actions for a certain action, like of a certain type, like for example for the voltage we do not have something to delete for the too soon or apply too long, we can go in the cell and by control space we can select that it doesn't have such. There is nothing to. Okay, so now you're done. Now you know how to model the specifications from the safety analysis. Have fun with it.